This time in particular, he's like, hey, you know, it was around Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, we just went out to a normal restaurant, and I didn't expect him to propose or anything. And then that weekend after, he said, I want to take you out. I was getting ready to go visit my brother, so I was leaving Saturday night, and he said, let's go out to dinner early, and then you can go drive up north. And I was like, okay. So he gets the car really nice and clean. That's totally normal. I don't think he got me flowers, but he usually gets me flowers, totally normal. And he asked me to make reservations, and so I made reservations. And he said, you know, at Ruth Chris.
So I called Ruth Chris, right? And I'm talking to them, and I'm like, look, I'm gonna ask my girlfriend to be my wife. You know, I'm gonna propose to her. So I was wondering, and then, you know, they kind of worked it out. I go, but I'm gonna have her call you so she doesn't, you know, think something. So she called them, but she called a different one and said a different time that I already had. And the reason why that was gonna mess me up is because I had been talking to, you know, those horse carriages? I've been talking to those people, so they were gonna meet us over there. And so I had this thing worked out to where I had my sister get a little basket. And so what they were gonna do was, after we ate at Ruth Chris's, we were gonna go out, you know, and the carriage was gonna be there. But before all that happened, she calls me and she goes, well, we can't do it at that time because they're not open. I go, oh, no, wait. Hold on, you know, you're messing up. And so I called the girl back and I go, hey, she called. And they go, oh, no, we messed up. We have you at this time. And I go, okay, she's gonna call you back. And I go, just call back, call this place. So she called back, made it happen. Right? So we go to Ruth Chris's and
we went to eat. I didn't think it was anything special because he loves to go out to eat at nice places. So we went to eat and he seemed kind of nervous, you know, but I just thought like he was a little edgy, you know, I didn't think anything about it. But at dinner he said, why don't we go on one of those carriage rides? He's like, but the ones where they bicycle is, you know, and I was like, no, and he's like, I know you don't like to watch them sweat and they're, you know, riding us around. I know you don't like it. And I go, I do not want anybody bicycling me, you know, because that's messed up. But I'll go on a horse and carriage. And he goes, okay, well, maybe we'll do that. So then when we leave the restaurant, we walk out and he's going to valet, and I look and there's a horse and carriage right there in front of us. And I go, look, there's a horse and carriage.
And I go, oh, let's go see how much it costs. So I'm trying to play it off. I'm starting to get nervous because, you know, this is big, right? And so, so we go and we talk to the lady, and the lady's expecting me, but she don't know who I am. And so I go, well, how much does it cost? Or she asked how much it cost, and the lady was like, oh, it costs this much.
And I'm like, oh, heck no, that's way too much money. There's no way, you know, there's no way.
And I go, no, let's go, let's get it, you know. So as we're getting, she goes, well, you guys are my 100th customer. So she goes, it's the basket.
So then she says, oh, well, it's your lucky day, you're my, you know, 100th customer or something, and she gives me a gift bag. And then I get the gift bag and I'm like, no way, he's not gonna propose. Like, he doesn't plan anything, he can't Google anything for himself, he can't get directions anywhere, a phone number anywhere, he does not make reservations, there's no way he prepared all this. So I was like, okay, and then I looked in the bag and it was like little rinky-dink stuff, like chocolates and, you know, like some lotion, mint lotion, so it wasn't anything fancy, so I thought, okay, maybe this is her way of getting customers.
Basically what I planned on doing was, you know, looking in the basket, oh look, grab the box and getting on my knees and proposing to her. But it didn't work like that. So we get in the carriage and we're driving, and I'm starting to sweat, and I'm, you know, looking around.
So we take the horse and carriage, and as we're going, he seems kind of nervous, you know, and he's like, starts sharing his feelings and where he sees us in the future, and you know, that's kind of normal. So I was like, okay, and I started sharing my feelings, you know, and then, you know, it's beautiful, the ride, and then I'm thinking, is he gonna propose? Like, no way, there's no way. And then he gets the bag, he's like, what's in this gift bag? And I'm like, I don't know. So he goes through it and he starts eating the chocolates, and I thought, oh, he's not proposing. He's like eating chocolates right now.
And so we're driving, and then I finally start, you know, picking at the basket. the third, it was like a little tier, boxes, a little 3-tier. So the third one, it finally had the ring, I busted it out, and I proposed to her.
And he starts going through it, and then he pulls out a 3-tier box, and it's round. And then he goes, what's this? And I go, I don't know. And then he starts opening it. It's like paper box, and the top one says open, and then he hands it to me, and I open it, and there's nothing in it. And I'm like, oh man, this lady's a cheapskate, you know, like, what is this? And the next one said me, and I open it, and there's nothing in it. And then the last one said please, and I thought, no way. So I opened it, and the ring box was in there, and I started crying right away. Like, I just really started crying. And he got down on one knee, and that's when I really broke, because I thought, you know, I just thought it was really special, you know, that stance that a man takes to get on his knee and humble himself and ask for a woman's hand in marriage. And to see him do that, I was just like, wow. You know, and he was just like, I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And, you know, he asked, will you marry me? And I just said yes.
She said yes. She cried. I cried. And so that's how it happened.
Artie, I just want you to know that I love you with all my heart, and I think from the moment that we started talking, we both knew that we were for each other, and it's beautiful to know that there's no doubts, and I'm gonna back you up in everything that you wanna do. Whatever God puts in your heart, I'm gonna do my best to help make those things happen.
Marina, I love you with my whole heart, and God's really blessed me with you, and I promise to love you all the days of my life.
You make me wanna say I do, I do, I do, 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 do. Yeah, I do, I do, I do, 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 do. Cause every time before it's been like maybe yes and maybe no. I can live without it, I can let it go. Ooh, what did I get myself into? You make me wanna say I do, I do.